Hi, I'm Sarah Hagiki.
And I'm Erin Vabornik.
Welcome to COABE's Adult and Advocast.
The Advocast is a partner podcast of COABE State Advocate for Adult Education Fellowship.
Each episode highlights challenges and successes in advocacy.
We also highlight a new student story.
We're glad you're here.
Now let's get started.
Hello and welcome to the Advocast. You may notice that we are a trio today instead of a duo. And yeah, we are super excited to be here with Mark. And Mark, we'll let you introduce yourself, but we're super excited to have you for a special episode full of love.
Hello. Mark, I'm so excited to learn from you. Just introduce yourself and tell everyone about you.
Okay. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. My name's Mark Hucks. I'm serving as the president of LAPKE, the Louisiana Association for Public, Community, and Adult Education. That's a long one. We prefer to say LAPKE. It's so much easier. I started in cohort 4 of the SAFE Fellowship and have enjoyed every moment of it. I've learned a lot. It's been a whirlwind of activity, and I want to share some of the things that I'm going to do that we have done as a group with advocacy. So I work at Bossier Parish Community College. I'm an ESL project coordinator, and that's in the northwest corner of Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
I feel like, Sarah, Mark has left out a really important accomplishment.
I think so. So you tell us, Erin?
Yeah, Mark is the 2025 COABE Outstanding Local Excellence in Advocacy Award winner.
Woo!
Which is, yes, of everybody in the nation. You are the Advocate of the Year. And not to sell you short, Sarah, because you also were an Advocate of the Year in 2022. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Or 2023. I'm not
You need
sure.
to check your
All the blur.
report.
But you're the one, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And before we go any further with that, I had a great team with the board of LAPKE. It was not a singular effort. So
That's true. But thank you for your leadership. Your leadership made all the efforts happen. And that's why you're an awardee. And thank you for everything that you're doing.
And all your outstanding work is also why Sarah and I said, hey, we need to invite Mark onto the podcast, especially for a very special themed episode called 3 Things We Love About Advocacy, because, it's February. It's the month of love.
mhm.
So, we often talk about all of the work and the serious nature of advocacy, and we want to have a little bit of fun today while we'll still, talking about advocacy of the things that we love. And so each one of us has chosen a different thing that we love about advocacy that we will share. And we're going to start with Mark.
Okay. So the topic that I chose, and it was difficult to narrow it down because the advocacy work goes in many directions. But one of the things that we really needed to do in Louisiana was start building up from the ground floor. And Adrian Fontenot with COABE suggested that we reach out to the LMA, Louisiana Municipal Association, and attend a conference in August of last year, which is what we did. And what I'm going to share today is what we learned moving forward with reaching out to our municipal leaders. So if you would, Erin, can you share? There we go. Thank you very much. So this is Okay, so first lesson learned. Whenever you're dealing with municipal leaders, it's got to be quick, fast, easy access to all of your information. What you see on the screen right here, ask me about this number, is our conversation starter. And this was actually the idea of the past president of LabKey, Valencia Zindu. Sorry, Valencia, I can never say your last name properly. And we use this to get the conversation started. So mayors, aldermen, alderwomen, city council, they come up to us and we have them guess what is the significance of this number.
And Mark, what is the significance of 496,700?
I'm so glad you asked. That number is the number of people in Louisiana who do not have a high school diploma equivalency. Unfortunately, the need for our services is 2, maybe 3 times that amount.
Wow, that's a great number.
Well, it's really an awful number, but
I mean,
Great
very-
number.
as in large, not very good.
yes. Some of you may not know this, but unfortunately, Louisiana is in last place across the country with the and we are working to turn that around. And we are really hitting that home with our municipal leaders. Some of them have an idea about that, but some of them don't really understand what is available to their communities. So
And I like that you put that on a shirt as well. And just to, do you wear that when you're going to?
yes, this number will be on all of our shirts, which we distribute during conferences. We ask all of our members in Louisiana, teachers, educators, administrators, to wear this occasionally and go to the supermarket, have a conversation. So, yeah, it's a great way to start conversation. And that's basically the reason for this shirt.
I love the idea. And for those of you who cannot see what we just saw, it was the picture of a blue t-shirt that says, ask me about this number. And it points, there's an arrow pointing at the number. And that is beautiful. Such a great idea.
Yep. Thank you, Valencia, for that idea. And that's all. That's great because we are trying to create something that is sustainable and that we can use over and over. So. Okay, so we've got a conversation going with them. Like I said, it's got to be fast and easy. Most of the time, they're very busy people. You might get 3, maybe 5 minutes. So you got to be fast, fast, fast. What you see right now are QR codes that we display on our table. Once they get an idea of an overview of Louisiana, we ask them, would you like to see the numbers in your parish? And this little QR code takes them directly to a site that we can go directly to the parish and cue them in on what the numbers really look like. And that's an eye opener, unfortunately. And it's different per parish. And moving to the right-hand side, it says adult education programs in Louisiana. This QR code opens a document that displays all of our programs across the state, what we offer, contact information. So all of that information they can get wham, wham. It's fast.
This is great too. You are just using so many different ways to reach, like to share the information with these community leaders.
Yeah.
Who have the influence to be able to get things to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't afford to print out all of that information on paper. Plus, it would just be not logistically possible to distribute that during that kind of setting. Mm-hmm. What you see on the screen right now is a sticker that we use. We can put it on our shirt. We can put it on our button. We can pass them out as people come by. And this QR code opens up a specific web page on our LapKey website. It gives them quick access to download a sample of the honorary proclamation. It gives them access to the mayoral toolkit and an address to submit the proclamation. So again, my emphasis here is quick, easy information that can go out fast, because like I said, you only have 3 to 5 minutes with these guys and then they move on.
That's such a great idea.
And it looks so nice too. So to describe for anybody who's listening, it's like this nice kind of navy blue, and it's got LapKey, and it spells out in a circle what that means. And in the center of it, like it almost looks like you're looking into the lens of a camera, and in the middle of it is the QR code to take people directly there, which is, I love how, again, you've made it quick and easy, because
and also it's very good for sustainability purposes of it, because you can update the link anytime, the information on the website, and then you just are just giving the QR code and not printing out material. So you're not wasting a lot of papers, you're not wasting any resources, and this is great.
That's exactly right, Sarah. And that was what we discussed. This QR code doesn't need to change, but we can update the website easily.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you see right now, this is what comes up when they scan that QR code. Takes them to this advocacy page at LapKey, and you can see on the left is the sample proclamation, and on the right is the mayoral toolkit. And down underneath is an address for them to send the proclamation. Now, so far, so good. That being said, even though they have quick and easy access to this information, there are still a few things that you have to do to kind of get the results that you really want. So if you would move, yes, that's it. Send a thank you letter, of course. Touch base occasionally. Most importantly, even though they have that sample proclamation, don't be surprised if you have to go the extra step to customize their proclamation and send it to them, so that all that they have to do is give that little signature. And of course, during this process, we let them know that we need you and they need us. And we're building that ground level of support that is so important with advocacy. And it really reaches all the way up to the top. So the more you have on the ground, the better your chances.
These materials are awesome. And for anybody who's listening, who's like, please don't, you don't have to pull over and and find the video of this. We will share all of these slides in the show notes so that you can go back and you can look at them, and we'll link to LapKey's incredible advocacy website, because I think this is a great way for other state associations to say, oh, look at, they found a way to make this sustainable and easy, to make it fast for legislators. Let's use the LapKey method for our own state association.
Thank you. That's what I hope too.
Yeah. So you love reaching those community leaders. Sarah, what do you love about advocacy?
Yeah, so, I have to say that I loved what Mark taught us today, because there are literally two things that are key in advocacy, and those are build the infrastructure for any advocate, make it easy to use, and have someone to do the legwork of following up with everything. For me, there are a lot of different things. I'm like, which one should I narrow down? Like, what should I say? Which one should I choose to go first? So, but the importance of adult education by itself is one of the motivators for me to go and shout out and say why adult education is important for people and for the community. It's a reality that not everyone had the chance to finish school when they were younger. Adult education gives people a second chance to learn, grow, and succeed. Um, when adults get more education, they can get better jobs, earn more money. This helps them to care for their families and contribute to the economy. Um, Employers also benefit from this because they need skilled workers. Adult education helps fill those jobs. And I would love to shout this out, like go on top of a mountain and just say how important adult education is for the community. People who continue their education, because it's not just you get your high school equivalency, you're on the pathway to continue, and people who continue their education feel more confident and involved in their communities. It helps parents it helps parents to support their children when they go to school. They help with their learning, and that creates a cycle of success for future generations. And I love that about adult education. And adult learners not usually, but there are some adult learners that come from immigrant background or underserved backgrounds. Education helps them feel included and have a voice in the society. For those who English is not their native language, they can learn English and gain some confidence and go and find jobs. Gain those skills that employers are looking for and be able to fully participate in the community. Learning doesn't need to stop after high school. We should normalize it, that people should always have the chance to grow no matter their age. And these are the things that are important for me to communicate with everyone in the society and also state legislators. And I hope they invest in this cause.
These are such wonderful things that we love. I love, Mark, how you focused on making sure that those with influence know about it. Sarah, you focused on those who are served through adult education. I'm going to say I'm going to focus mine on something slightly different, but kind of along the same track of people, right? I feel like we're all really focused on people, and that is really what the heart behind advocacy. You can't really do it from a silo. And so what I love about advocacy is that it really is the power of collective voice in action. Yeah. And I also struggled with, there are so many things I love about it. How do I choose? But I'll say for me, I had been doing grassroots advocacy work before the State Advocate for Adult Education Fellowship, when Sarah and I were in it in 2021. And I just kept thinking, I don't know if this is making an impact. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know if I'm even cut out for this. And it was when I actually became part of a collective, part of that fellowship, and I met others who were doing the work, that I realized I can, and I will. And it helped to it helped me to stay motivated. I hope I helped others to stay motivated. And it was so cool to get those different ideas, and then to be able to go back to my state and actually be part of that, advocacy committee at my state association, at the local level, with other educators in my program. And I realize there are so many other people who are doing this work, but doing it in silos and feeling the way I did, that when we come together, not only does it help us feel connected to this work, but it also allows us to join our voices together and say, this is not just Erin saying adult education is important in Illinois. This is Erin and Sarah and Mark and everybody saying adult education is vital to our nation, to our economy, to our health systems, to everything. And so, so I love the community, the advocacy community of people who just feel inspired to make sure that our field is as robust, well-funded as it could possibly be.
Erin, I just wanted to say that kudos. Yes. You echoed something that Mark also said, and that is it takes a village to get the job done. And a lot of the time when people do advocacy work, they feel like it's a lot of work. I don't have a lot of time. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to start it. But if you, as you said, if they feel that they are part of a community and they do whatever they can do, even if it's a very small thing, you're part of a community. And that's one of the beauties of doing advocacy, that you're not alone. You don't have to get everything done by yourself. And no, you're not going to get burned out, because there are other peoples around you. You just need to find the right community and be part of it.
Well, on that note, I am so happy to be part of an advocacy community that includes you, Sarah, and Mark, because I'm always blown away by seeing the work that other advocates are doing. And it's a good reminder that we approach advocacy in whatever way works for us.
That's right.
And so, Mark, as our special guest, I do want to open it up in case you have any closing thoughts for our listeners.
Well, yeah, I guess one of the things that I will hit upon whenever I first started this, boy, was I some kind of nervous. My very first interaction was with Speaker Mike Johnson's office. So you can imagine I did not sleep very much that night. But I'm a strong believer in doing something that takes you outside of your comfort zone every day, if possible. And it's a growing experience. You hit a word during your talk, silos, that has become part of my vocabulary lately. It does feel sometimes like so much of what we do, we all operate in silos, and breaking that down is so important, because if we don't work together, we're not going to accomplish our goals. And that's it. We are a community of advocators. Please join us. It's a lot of fun, actually. Yes, it's nerve-wracking. Yes, it's a lot of work, but the support and the adventure is great.
It is a lot of fun.
It is. And I cannot wait to celebrate you at the conference, Mark. Congratulations again.
Yeah, when you hear like screaming and hollering, I mean, there's going to be a lot of that from your LapKey friends, but just know that it's also going to be Erin and Sarah jumping around in the audience.
Thank you,
So,
guys.
thank you for joining us. And we want to invite listeners or viewers to post on social media what you love about advocacy, and make sure that you tag COABE. Go ahead and use hashtag Advocast so that we can follow along and we can share that out, because we know there's a lot of ways to show your love for advocacy, and these were just 3 of them. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Mark, for joining us for our special episode where we center love and advocacy.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you. I'm not very good at making a heart. There we go.